Good day all, welcome back to South Africa. I hope you are all doing extremely well. So for this video, I would like to talk to you about how important farmland is. Now, you all know that there is a raging debate and there's actually laws and acts being put into place by the South African government to what they call to reform land, or to give stolen land, and I quote, stolen land back to the original land owners. So I've made lengthy videos about land in South Africa before. I've also stated that the statistics about land in South Africa is incorrect. The media and the politicians reckon that white people own 80% of the land, and that is factually incorrect. Statistics South Africa actually shows us, and I mean Statistics South Africa is a governmental organization, shows us that white people only own 22% of the land. But let's get back to the question of how important land is. Now, from a farmer's perspective, a nation, any nation, regardless of culture and color, cannot function without land. Any government that doesn't realize how important land is, and arable land, because for some reason the South African Parliament doesn't understand that, and politicians don't understand that you do get different types of farms or farmlands. You get arable land, and then you get land that is farmable, but you need hectares upon hectares upon hectares, like in the Northern Cape and the Karoo, in order for you to successfully farm. So there's an idea that white people own quite a lot of land, and yes, maybe they do own quite a lot of land, but a lot of this land is not arable. If you go look at now, unfortunately, any nation, like I said before, regardless of race and culture or language, the success of any nation is built on the foundation of food production. Now, what is mind-boggling to me is that I understand that black people feel the need to reform land. And I understand that there's a need for land, because that is, like I just said, any nation or any culture, the foundation begins from food production. Now, if we go back into South Africa's history, the last 30 years, the South African government has bought millions upon millions of hectares of extremely arable farmland, which the idea was to reform. The idea was to give it back to black people that are wanting to farm. And unfortunately, we have seen that very few of these farms, which used to be commercial farms, by the way, just doesn't work anymore. They get given to their new owners, and within 2 or 3 years, these productive farms stop producing. And that has a major impact on both the local economy around the farm, because every farm is a business essentially, and every farm contributes to the microeconomic areas around it. So the smallest town close to it, and the people that it employs in the area. So when a farm is given to a non-productive member of society, or farmland is taken away, or the production of the farm stops for whatever reason, it has a profound impact on the microeconomic system in the area. And that leads to things like unemployment and poverty, etc. The consequences of that is quite horrific. So one case study I want to show you is Zimbabwe. And what I don't understand is that we have got about 7 million Zimbabweans living in South Africa, maybe even more. And the playbook that they are using is a playbook from Robert Mugabe. It's exactly the same. It's almost a copy and a paste thing. And I'm going to explore this with you because it's important to understand that once you start meddling in farmland, and especially arable farmland, you are heading towards a cliff which you cannot stop. You will not be able to stop the economic cliff once you start taking farmlands. So let's quickly do this case study. Stay tuned.
The country has pretty much plunged into a pretty dysfunctional state by all international indicators. My question is, do you regret that some 4 million people have left in the last 3 to 5 years?
I don't know about those numbers.
But do you regret? Because these are the brain drain. These are the people who've helped make Zimbabwe the success that it was.
Because of the economic situation, people are bound to leave any country. And they have not just left my country, they have left other countries as well to go to Britain, Australia, and other places.
Let me ask you a question about...
And at the moment, they are coming back home anyway.
Let me ask you a question. We'll move on from this, and we'll ask...
So the rhetoric used here, and this is a video from roughly about 15 years ago, is that the land was stolen.
And the agreement with the British government, because they are British settlers. Originally they have been British settlers. And we agreed at Lancaster House that there would be land reform.
But they're citizens, aren't they? And isn't this farming disaster contributing to
citizens by colonization? Seizing land from the original people, indigenous people of the country.
But how did that all go so wrong?
That?
How did that all go so wrong? Because when you came in, it was about...
So to conclude this video is that the consequences of what this president did to Zimbabwe by taking arable land, productive land, from individuals that were producing food for the nation, is a country that has totally collapsed, a country where possibly 60% of their population are now residing somewhere else in the world, and quite a lot in South Africa. He's created a system after his death by which Zimbabweans cannot produce enough food for themselves. The country has since not recovered. The country has since not been able to grow. And if I'm not mistaken, currently in 2025, the Zimbabwean population has got an unemployment rate of about 90%. So, to conclude this video, the South African government wanting to take arable land, regardless who owns it, is one of the most idiotic and stupid things you can do. There's a saying from the book of the Farmers, Proverbs 7 verse 7. Every single day, 3 times a day, you need a farmer. And every now and again, you might need a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist. But a farmer, you need every single day. Please like, share and subscribe, and God bless.